Hello, welcome to Naya's Ethereal Epiphanies. This is my channel where I talk about all the things, just my thoughts, opinions, just random things about my life, things going on. And today I have like a very short thing to say that's a little bit funny. So I am obsessed with chipmunks. I believe in my video about creativity, I mentioned how in my paintings I might add a little chipmunk somewhere because I really love chipmunks. I love all animals, but I really love chipmunks. I have some advice to all of you out there who are animal lovers and are new to feeding animals and wildlife. I just want to say, be careful. I have a quick story. I love chipmunks a lot, as I said, and I'll maybe include some footage in this video of me running out the house to go be with the chipmunks. I'm staying with a family member, and on their property, I found out there were two chipmunks on both sides of the backyard. They had their own two little corners. And so I would just run out it's so funny actually, because I'm such a, I forgot what's the word for someone who's really into nature. It begins with the B. I'm forgetting the word right now. But I'm someone very into nature and animals. It's so excited. Really excited. Snails, you name it, animals get really excited. So anyways, it got to the point where I even, with my eyes closed, okay, I knew the difference between outside my window where I'm staying in the room, in the backyard. I knew when it was a chipmunk outside, when it was a squirrel, when it was the groundhog, when it was the deer, or when it was a bear. That's how much attention I pay to the animals. Like, I'm not even joking. I might have told this already. I don't think so, though. So one day I was texting my friend on the phone. I was, oh my gosh, I think I hear the groundhog outside. And they're like, what? How do you know it's the ground? Are you looking out the window? I was like, no, I'm actually laying in bed. I was on my time of the month and I was actually feeling sick. And I was laying in the bed with my back turned towards the window, but also people always told me my entire life I have supersonic dog hearing, dog ears. Everyone always says that because I hear everything. Also, that's a very neurodivergent trait. I just hear everything. Even in my old apartment in Romania, I could hear the water going down the drain in the bathroom. And I would have people over, I'd be like, did you hear that? And they'd be like, I don't hear anything. The water coming down the drain. You don't hear that? So anyway, so I hear everything. So I said to my friend, I think the groundhog is outside. I'm gonna go look. In fact, I think I hear more than the groundhog. I think I also hear the chipmunk. And my friend was, there's no way that you're not looking out the window and you don't know what's out. There's no way that you can tell from a sound. I was like, yeah, I can. You can tell. So at that time, there were not a lot of leaves on the ground. There's just a bit of leaves. And so that allowed for whatever steps being made in the grass. I could hear the weight of the animal and the crunches, the sound of the crunch on the leaves in the grass would help me to determine which animal it was. Also, I noticed that each animal kind of moves through grass, leaves or not, quite differently. I also remember one day I thought it was a squirrel, but I was like, that sounds different than a squirrel. I looked out the window. It was two minks. I've never seen minks before in my life. But how crazy is it that was okay? It's not the groundhog. It's not the squirrel. It's something small. It's not the chipmunk. And I was, let me go look outside the window. And it was minks. So anyway, yeah. So I'm very great at telling what animal is what by its footsteps. I could probably do it blindfolded. So anyway, I went outside. I was right. I was correct about which animal it was. So the point of this today is if you're me where you love animals to the point that you know their footsteps outside, and you're into feeding, you're not really supposed to feed wildlife, but I did want to capture the chipmunk and bring him inside for the winter because I want him to be outside. Both of them, him or her, it. But anyways, I said, okay, you know what? First of all, while I'm staying, they're not gonna let me. I have another story about that, but they hate animals, but there's no way I can bring anything in the house. So I said, okay, I can't bring the chipmunks inside, so what can I do? One day, around the time of my birthday, I was going for a walk on the other trail, and I'm gonna help the chipmunks out. I'm going to help the chipmunks. I can't bring them in for the wintertime, but I'm gonna help them out. Why you should not feed wildlife, specifically chipmunks, unless you give them the food right away. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. But this video is about feeding the chipmunks acorns. You should or should not and how to do it. So if that's what this is about. Anyway, getting back. So yeah. So I went down the main trail and I'm gonna help my fellow not fellow, but I'm gonna help the chipmunk. I'm gonna get food for them. I was so excited, really excited. And so I had on my jogging shorts and I have 2 pockets for my phones. And I just filled my pockets with acorns for the chipmunks. I was literally just going on the side of the road, picking them up. I think I have a picture. I'm so embarrassed. The sides of my pants look I just packed cottage cheese inside of them. So anyway, I'm so excited and okay, maybe I shouldn't just dump all of them because they might be suspicious or they may be like, how did this get here? So I put all the acorns in a bag. And then day by day, I started leaving the acorns in the holes where I know that the 2 chipmunks were at. So on both sides of the house, the chipmunk on the left side of the house had like 2 holes. And I even have lots of footage of me recording it. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. So the groundhog is storing nuts underneath the shed. And this chipmunk waited until the groundhog left the shed and literally grabbed like a couple of the groundhog's nuts. Let me see. Look, I think it's scared that I'm moving close. Oh, it's scared. Okay, it's shaking. I shouldn't move. Okay, so yeah. So he was, there he goes. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so adorable. Oh, where did he go? Me feeding it and then it freezing, taking the acorns, running away. And me talking to it and it freezing, looking at me and then running away. Like I have all this footage of that. And so every day I was slowly giving the chipmunks more and more acorns. And so one day, I'm like, the person staying with sees this video. I'll just say this. The place where I was storing the acorns in the bag just started moving. It just started moving. And is that in my head? Is that actually happening? So I sat there quietly and I was, that bag is moving. The bag is moving. And so I'm freaking out. Did I have a manic episode and I brought an animal in here and I just forgot? I don't think I did that. Like, I wouldn't do that. So then I was like, okay, you know what? It's in your head. It's in your head. That's not happening. There's nothing moving. It's in your head. So an hour goes by and I hear more and more movement. I was like, no, something's in that bag. Something is in that bag. So then I go to the bag and lo and behold, maggots all at the bottom of the bag. Now, what's really funny is that I love worms. I would hold 10 worms in my hand right now and just stroke them and talk to them and whatever. But like maggots are disgusting. They're gross. They freak me out. They are weird. I don't know. It's like how I love chipmunks, but I hate mice. It's like that, right? So anyway, there's maggots. I'm like, okay, girl, calm down. What are you going to do about the maggots? What are you going to do? I'm trying to keep myself calm. So I was, okay, should I just like separate? This is how badly I'm thinking about the chipmunks and not myself, or that I might get caught or in trouble or anything. I'm just like, okay, think about the chipmunk. You gotta feed the chipmunk. So then I was thinking to start separating. I went to get gloves. I was like, wait, what if the maggots or the eggs are still inside of the acorns of what you're feeding the chipmunks, wouldn't that hurt the chipmunks? So then I started I took the bag and put it to a safer location, and then I sat there and did research. I found out I should not give the chipmunks the acorns because I was right. It might harm them. There could be more than just maggots. It could have been parasites, whatever, that might harm the chipmunks. So I just decided to throw the bag out. So I just threw the whole bag out. So the whole point of this is just to say, if you're me, you love animals, and you're just, I just want to help the animals. I just want to feed the chipmunks. Let me just say this. When you gather, now that I've done lots of research on this, if you want to feed chipmunks, for example, the best thing that you can do is buy them from a store, not what I did. Where I was literally on the main road, just picking them up with my hands and then put them in my pockets and then later in a bag. Do not do that because I found out that maggots hide and maggot eggs hide inside of acorns sometimes. And there were a few that were quite hollow, and I was like, oh, maybe there's just a small nut in there. No, it was hollow because there were maggot eggs in there. That's why they were hollow. And I don't even know why I did it. I normally research things first. I don't know why I didn't this time. I was just really just Naya, feed the chipmunks, and I don't know, like an idiot. So anyway, I learned my lesson that before you feed wildlife or animals or anything, do your research first. Figure out what's the best method for them exactly before you just decide to feed them or gather something for them or gather food for them. What's really funny is that I missed the application date, but I wanted to be a park ranger. I would need to know these things, right? If I wanted to be a park ranger, I would need to know, okay, don't do this. And when it comes to feeding wildlife, you got to be careful. So, yeah, I just want to say that because it was so interesting. Like, yeah. So, anyway, what I started to do after that is if I just found acorns, because there's no pine nuts around the house, just acorns. If I found any acorns around the house, the property, I would just then gather it and then put it. I'm gonna insert a photo of that too, of me leaving the acorns on the spot where I always do for the chipmunks. And I'll sit on the steps and wait for them to come out and then I'll watch them or record them going to get the acorns. But yeah, don't just get acorns from the side of the road and then store them somewhere in a bag. Just don't do that because you might risk maggots being in the acorns and you don't know about it. Yeah, that was all I had to say for now. So just sharing a little bit of wisdom with you for you animal lovers. Like, just don't do your research first. Because if you really want to help animals, right? Like, imagine I would have gave the chipmunk one of the acorns that had maggot eggs in it. What would have happened to my dear chipmunk? I don't know, but I learned my lesson, and so yeah, that was interesting. And I'm so glad that I caught the maggots hatching because I'm telling you, they were moving in that bed. They were moving. It was so gross to clean them, but yeah. So that was it. That's my feeding the chipmunks story and being careful with feeding animals. And I hope this is helpful to someone out there. It's about to be winter time, so most of them are in the ground anyway right now. But maybe if you find this from between now and the spring when chipmunks are coming back out, take heed from my lesson here. And yeah, that was it. That was my Ethereal Epiphany for today. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are. I know when I'm recording this, it's after election time. Lots of people are just feeling emotional. It's a very emotional time. So hope you're just having a great week, a great weekend. You're making time for family or being with the animals, wherever you are, making time to be around nature and just taking time to disconnect. Another thing, this week, I just Who's this person coming? I deleted all socials from my phone, and I don't normally have social media on my phone, but I started to put it on my phone so that I don't have to take around my laptop. And because sometimes two of the people that I freelance for, they'd write me on social media. So I had to just tell them, like, listen, I'm taking this off my phone. Email me. I have email. So just don't, I just can't on social media right now. Social media really fuels my anxiety. I don't really go through depression too much. When I do, it fuels all of that. So I just said, okay, why put myself through that? Just take it off. So I just took everything off. If I need to post to Instagram, I have a way, but besides that, I just took everything off my phone. So that allows me to spend time with this of just decompressing, talking to you guys, do some writing. I did the other day. I just sat out here. I didn't even take out my phone not once. I just wrote for a bit, just like it, just wrote. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for listening to my Ethereal Epiphany. I hope you're doing well and take time for yourself and be well and see you soon. Bye.